Joaquin, HIFK has just rounded up its preseason and are now ready for the season to finally begin. It's been a long 4 months. If I were to ask you to mention 3 things that you think the players have progressed especially well in, what 3 things would you mention?
I think it's been a very good time to get a team together. We got the feeling that we are bonded really well together. I think we've said it before, but there's a togetherness that comes from many of them come from different circumstances, not from very good seasons, from situations that they've had it not easy in the last season or 2 seasons, and I think that it's helped for them to get together and to show that they're good players. That's one of them. Then the other one is the shift in mentality. I think the level of professionalism that we've and the standards that we've put have been great. How hard we've been able to work, how often we've been able to work in the sort of facilities that we've been able to work. It's been very good. And then the last one is the confidence. I think there's a real big difference individually and as a team in how the team feel about themselves. I think that they get a feeling that they can compete well, that they are going to be very competitive, but they can show that they got good things, good attributes individually, that when you put them together in a nice structure, that they can play very good football and enjoy the football, which is a key part of how and what we do every day.
Were these kind of things that you mentioned just right now kind of things that you thought that you definitely want to focus on during the preseason?
Yeah, massively. As I said, the change and the setting up an environment, a professional environment in which individuals can thrive and improve was a key part of it. I think we've been very successful in the last 4 months to set those standards, to set those processes in place. And we're very happy with that. And then the other is just to get the feeling about everyone, not just the players, but everyone that is around the club, that we are hard-working people that come here to work really hard, but to enjoy their jobs. We are very lucky to be doing what we do, so it would be silly not to enjoy it. And I think that is been a massive part of what we are trying to do, and I think we've achieved that.
The team played an internal match at Heikkilä last weekend, and that marked the end of preseason for HIFK. You posted a tweet with some data from the preseason that you've looked at, and you mentioned that there were 20 new record max speeds out of 21 individuals or players. The only one not achieving a new max speed was Eriksson Carlos, who was or has been out with injury for most of the season.
And still the highest of all of them.
There we go. So do you think that this is an indication that the team will be able to perform at peak performance throughout the season?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a good indication of how far we've come, not just what we said tactically and how the team plays together, but physically. It's an important part of our game. We want to be the fittest team in the league, and to do that you have to put the work in. And those numbers that we put the other day is just a reflection of how well they've been working and how much effort they put into it. And it's good that sometimes you show to them and they understand the magnitude of it. The max speed is a good indication because it's one of the hardest things to improve. Especially as you get older. So knowing that they keep improving those parameters is really important for us, and we think we've got the way that we train, the way that we work, the effort that all the staff are putting in. We've got a sports scientist in our department that is very good, Risto. He's got a lot of knowledge. And he's been able to advise us in some little things that we could improve from the way that we train, and I think he's worked really well, and we seen the product of all that work, but it doesn't finish now. It's not that you work really hard in pre-season and then all of a sudden you just take it easy and then we just got to be playing the game. No, we just got to keep working really hard every day. parts of the week that we are gonna monitor it, and we want to touch different things during the week, but the hard work hasn't stopped, and it becomes a habit. You work really hard every day, and then the games come around. They are the easiest part of the week.
So the physical training has clearly left a mark, but how do you feel about the team and how it has adapted to the tactical changes that you have implemented?
I think really well and very quickly. We knew that it was a long pre-season. It's been longer than what we expected, obviously because of the delays in the start of the season. But you got a lot of time to put structures into place and give them tools. And what we've done is that from very beginning, from the first 2 weeks, we started working in a couple of different formations, a couple of different bases to start working in our style of play. The cup competition came quickly, so we had to opt for one of them, the one that we believed that at that point gave us a better structure to compete. But now we've managed in the last few weeks to then get more knowledge and more experience into another system, and then now that we've got those tools in our box, we'll just pick and choose the one that is right for the moment that we are, for the teams that we're playing against. And I think we have been very pleased on how well and quick all those concepts and all those tools have gone into them.
So because of the circumstances at the beginning of the year, the team building process was more challenging than usual. Looking at the squad now, do you feel that you turned this into a positive, building the team around this year's team DNA and identity?
I think so. I really think so. As we have spoke about it before, it was a challenging time. We were a little bit behind everyone else, and I think we are not behind anyone anymore. So it's a good difference that we've made. We had to put a lot of hard work. And we said it before, all the help that we've had from everyone, from the CEO, from Christopher, from Mika, from Jusa, from all the coaching staff, and it's been a lot of hours that we put into it, and we collecting the results. Having a look at the squad that we have, we've managed to bring a group of players that are very specific, suit the needs that we need, or the needs that we require, and especially the type of people that we brought into the club. Just about what they give us technically and tactically, but mentally. They're all the players that have come. They are players that really want to show that they're hungry to improve, regardless of what age they are and where they come from. And that was a really important thing for us. And I think it's given us a good feeling and a good environment to be working in every day, and hopefully that will make the difference throughout the season.
And you mentioned that there were a lot of hungry players in the squad, and I know this is a bit like asking who your favorite child is, but which players do you think will improve the most over the season?
I think the target is not who is going to improve the most. Who is going to improve the most is up to them. Who is going to perform the best is up to them. I think the important things for us as a coaching staff, for everyone around the club, is to help them be better than what they are now, regardless of how old they are and where they are and what stages they are in their careers. We had a little thing the other day where they had to fill a few questions for me, and it's important for us to know where they are and what stage they are, what they want to improve, not just the things that we tell them that they should improve, but the things that they really want to improve, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. And if we are able to regardless of how much they play, how they perform, to be better players, to improve just a little bit, then we should all feel happy with ourselves.
HIFK recently announced 2 new additions to the coaching staff. Tommy Ekmark joins as coach and Joni Välilä as physio. In his interview, Tommy Ekmark said that you and the rest of the staff want HIFK to be clearly recognizable on the Veikkausliiga pitches. If you look at the league right now and compare HIFK to other teams, what do you think HIFK's defining characteristics are, and how would you break it down into 3 keywords?
I think we want to be different. We want to be different, we want to be bold, we want to be brave, and we want to be fearless. Bold and brave is an important part, because that means a lot of things, and We can see the way that we're trying to play our game that it's not the easiest, but when you are playing in it, it's the most enjoyable one. But to be able to play like that, you got to be brave, and at times you got to be bold, and you got to put structures that are a little bit different, that sound or look a little bit crazy, and I think that could give you an edge in this league. But then said we want to be fearless. We want to go into every game like we can win. Then what's the worst thing that can happen? That you don't win, but that might always happen. So we're just gonna try to win every game and you know, and see where we are at the end of the season.
And you've gotten to know most of your training staff for a couple of months now, and some maybe a little bit shorter, but how do you feel about the staff around you and your cooperation?
Well, I'm really happy, really happy. It's like with everything, with the building of the squad as well, we've had to be a little bit more creative. We had to find solutions. We had to find, rather than find finished article and players that have been performing very well in many years in the league, well, the same thing with the coaching staff. We have to find people that wanted to keep getting better, that had a specific work ethic, and I'm really, not just me, but I think the club, but really happy to see that everyone in our jobs, in everything that we do around the club, we are committed with the club. We work really hard to not just perform well in anything that we do, but to keep improving ourselves. And I think that was a key factor. And you know, Johnny and Tommy are just examples of it. We had Miguel to start with to assist us. It was difficult for him to keep up with his other job, but Tommy's come in as a very young and talented coach, which I'm sure that he will be. You know, he'll be a coach that we will talk about in the future. He wants to learn. He wants to put a lot of hours into it, and we are really happy that he can come and help us. The same with Johnny, as in the physio and the medical department.
And on a personal level, this is your first assignment as head coach for a team. When we spoke in January, you said that you love your job and you're very happy in it. But are there some things that you didn't expect that have happened to you in this position?
Not really, no. It's just I like it and I love it even more than what I thought I was gonna do, which it was a lot already. But it just, you know, I think it's come a little bit more natural than what I thought, you know. But it's very rewarding to be able to help people around you. Just to create an environment that people can thrive into, and it's good to see the rewards of it when you see someone improving in something, when you see someone giving advice or helping each other in that environment. It's really rewarding. So it's nothing unexpected, I don't think, or not yet, but yeah, loving it every day as the first day.
And now obviously before the season there's always going to be a lot of talk of rankings in the media and how each team will fare. From my observations, most media outlets have put HIFK at spot 7 or 8. Do you think this is a fair assessment, or do you think that HIFK will do even better?
I really don't care. I really don't. If I cared, I wouldn't have come in the first place. I don't think, you know, a few months ago, people were doubting the club to be able to put a team together. So now they're ranking us whatever they're ranking us. They're ranking us better than before. But that's always better. That makes, or that tells you that we're doing something okay. But what it matters is what we think inside. The targets that we put ourselves in terms of the budget and the stuff. We can't compete with other teams and be thinking in positions. But we know how we work inside. We know the quality that we got. We know what we're prepared to do to win every game. And you know, we've set up our own targets. You know, the players have set up their own individual and team targets, and they know they're very positive and optimistic, and we will give them every support we can to make sure that they achieve the targets that they want to achieve.
And what are some things that you think HIFK will be able to surprise followers with?
I think how relentless and how fearless we are gonna be. You know, I'm sure that we will have good games, very good games, and so not good games. But what I hope that everyone sees, and that we are not gonna give up. We're never gonna give up. We're never gonna feel fear playing against anyone. You know, if we got to win or lose, you know, whoever has to beat us is gonna have to be very good on the day to beat us, and that's the most important thing. And if people are able to see that from the outside, you know, that's what we are trying to do from the inside.
And what are you looking forward to most as head coach of HIFK? Winning, and probably the most immediate thing, just be able to do my job on the sidelines with the team, which unfortunately in the first game of the season I'm not gonna be able to do because of a sending off on the cup game. It's you know, few people weren't very good on that day. I don't think I was the worst out of them. I'm the only one who is not able to do his job on the first day of the season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that first 3 points. Those first 3 points are I think are gonna be very special, and I'm really looking forward to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.